Whoa, here we are.
Wow, we're
It's
back.
weird now to not be in person.
I know. It is weird.
I don't get it. We haven't done a remote podcast in a month.
Yeah, it's been about a month, but now we're back in our old places.
It's weird. It's kind of nice in a way to be back to usual, but it's also kind of sad, you know?
I did enjoy the in-person podcast. They got a little rowdy with Sam and John there, but that's part of the fun.
Yeah. I also one thing I will say that I think will be an improvement this week is we won't have Sam and John talking about audio levels in the background while we're trying to record a podcast.
That's true. I actually forgot that I was thinking about the episode of Genius Bar that we did where we were all participating versus I forgot that
Mm,
we did the one of ours where they were sitting in the
yeah,
background talking to each other while we were trying to. Yeah, that's great. That was great.
absolute tomfoolery. That's what that was. No question about it.
Jeez. Yeah.
Well, we got a decent amount to talk about today. Ethan here brought up foldables. I think that is something that we could definitely talk about. I also made another eBay purchase that I probably shouldn't have done, but
Oh
I want
no.
to tell you about it because I think you're gonna like it.
All right, I need to roast you about this.
No, no, no. This you're not gonna roast me. You're gonna be happy for me. I think,
Well, I guess we'll see.
dude. I've been on a real eBay kick today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also, where did I put it? Oh man, I think I put it all away. But I took my finest PowerBook G4 Titanium, a machine that we both love, and I gave it the full treatment. I didn't even do a video on this, which was probably dumb of me to do. But uh basically I took the I had two identical PowerBook G4 Titaniums. One of them was in decent cosmetic condition and it had its matching box. The other one was in very excellent cosmetic condition but doesn't have a box. And
Hmm.
and me being the perfectionist that I am, obviously I want to pair the nicer cosmetic one with the box, but I don't want to have them mismatched, right? Because that, you don't want that.
Right.
So, so what is one to do when you want your serial number? You want to go to About This Mac and have the same serial number that's on the box, right?
Of course.
So what do?
I mean, I could guess what you did.
Yeah, go give it a guess. What do you think I did?
Did you like swap the internals of the two machines?
You're dang right I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
not easy. Not an easy task, I should say.
I believe you. I've seen you tear down even some of the newer Macs and they can be kind of tricky to do a full tear down.
Yeah, the thing that's weird about the PowerBook G4 Titanium is that the heat sink is attached to the top case, not the board.
Hmm.
So you got to pull it away and like pop the heat sink is kind of stuck onto the CPU.
Mhm.
So you have to kind of like pry it out. It's not an easy task, but
That
while I
sounds
was in there,
scary.
it is scary. Frankly, I thought I was going to snap the board because like it was a lot of force to get it out. It's not
Yeah.
fun. And you have to get on both sides because you got to pull the keyboard off. The keyboard doesn't need any screws; it just comes out. But there's connectors and screws on both sides that you have to be managing, which is a little stressful. But while I was in there, I just went ahead and upgraded it to an SSD as well. I got an IDE to M SATA adapter, so I've now got 128 gig SSD going on in there. It's fast. It is so fast. And because it's with its original box, I had all of the manuals and all of the install discs for me to install OS 9 Classic and then do Mac OS 10.1.1 over top of it. It's just, oh, it's perfect.
That does sound very nice. Although I have to raise the philosophical question of the Theseus's ship
Oh no.
of this Mac. Is this
Right.
really the same Mac as it was before? Like, yes, the serial
Yes.
number of the board matches the serial number of the box, but is
Right.
that really the same Mac that came in that box?
Yes.
I don't know
As
about
long
that.
as see, okay. As long as the serial box is the serial number is all matching, you can replace parts, but that's the same Mac.
But then you're basically saying that the Mac is only, where's the serial number? It's on the logic board. Is that the only place that it's on in the hardware?
Yeah.
So
There
you're
oh,
saying that
there may there may, and I will not I cannot confirm this, but there may be a second serial number on the top case that will no longer be matching.
well, that's no good.
Well, geez, I'm looking up pictures, and that very well may be the case. But I I believe that I'm correct.
I see
I think it's the
from
same MacBook.
from a perspective, if you were to try to resell it on eBay, I'm not saying you would do that, but if you were to try to resell it on eBay, you could list it as, the Mac with the box, the full
Right.
set. And if
Right.
someone were to buy it, they would verify that everything matches. It's the same. So from that perspective, I would agree with you. But I think from a philosophical standpoint, there is something to be said
Mm.
about this Mac not being the original. Is this a new Mac? Is this the same Mac with some different parts, or is it a new Mac with some of the same parts as before? Who can really say?
I personally would argue, okay, if this were like a very pristine like showpiece, I would agree with you.
Okay.
However, we're talking about it is a complete with box, but it's not, a time capsule, right? It's not perfect cosmetically. The box isn't 100% complete. I think there's like a little bit of filler packing material that isn't there. Like the bag around the MacBook, the PowerBook isn't there. So I think given the state of this machine as being mostly complete but not like pristine, I think it's good enough.
I think that's a fair argument to make. I think if you were to try to pass it off as a fully original, you know, time capsule, as you said, maybe
Right.
maybe maybe not. But I think as an original machine, matching parts, matching serial numbers, good condition. I guess the SSD is another story, but overall, I'd say I'll let you have this one.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Of course,
That's
we
that's
have to
very
have the
kind of you.
philosophical discussions here on dark mode.
Of course, that's what we do. In fact, you know what else we do is start the episode.
Yeah, we should do that.
I agree. You ready?
I am.
All right, let's do it. Welcome to Dark Mode, the podcast that brings you sage advice from two technology experts. And that's not just what we call ourselves, it's what our moms tell people when they explain why their son has a massive eBay bill. I'm your host, Luke Miani.
And I'm your host, Noah Rubin. On this show, we take questions from listeners, attempt to answer them to varying degrees of success, and maybe even have a laugh or two along the way, an eBay purchase or two along the way, in your case.
Ugh. Oh man, Noah, it's not going well for me. All right. I already have bought many, many power books of a vintage variety. I have another PowerBook 100. I don't know if I told you about that. I have two of those now.
I'm not sure if you did.
It's nice though. Hang on, let me get it.
Oh boy. Let's see this power book.
Look at this. This one. So, as with every single PowerBook 100, it is not working. You,
Oh,
you just cannot get one that works because these things have very leaky capacitors and they always just get absolutely smoked. But crucially, the plastic. I bought this thing specifically for its enclosure, and this is in really good shape. And most importantly, it's not yellowed. These things would get yellowed, and I kind of am okay with the yellowing on the beige ones, like the Macintosh Classic that you and I both have. I think it adds like a little bit. It's like a patina on there. But when the gray power books get yellowed, it it just looks like somebody pissed on it, and it's not good.
yeah, I gotta say that one looks really, really good. Like I don't see any like imperfections.
There's like a couple of like little surface level, like you can probably see just a bit of like shininess, a little bit
Sure.
of uneven, like some scratches. Nothing really even noticeable. On the inside, the same story. That is an absolutely phenomenal looking machine. The keyboard, I personally believe that this computer was used for at most 2 years, and then it's just been stored. Because if I try to hold this in the light here, maybe you can see it. Yeah, the keycaps. Look at those keycaps. They're not shiny at all.
At
And
all.
at all. And so that's why you gotta have doubles of the PowerBook 100.
Of course. Doubles
You
makes it
gotta have
safe.
doubles. Doubles makes it safe. You're absolutely right. I might even go for triples of the PowerBook 100 because I did find a working one in box on eBay. The only thing that stopped me from buying it is that it's $1,000 and it's Japanese.
Oh my god.
So that was like, if it was in English, done, recapped PowerBook 100, yeah, I would get triples of it. But as it stands, oh, wait a minute. This isn't. This is not an English keyboard. Look at the enter key.
Oh yeah, it's a European one.
Well,
That's funny.
I didn't notice that. It's the European keyboard. Well, I guess this came from Canada, so maybe that makes sense now. Do they
Yeah.
use the different keyboard up there?
I don't know. I guess so.
Apparently so. But either way, I might replace the keyboard to make it a little bit more US spec. But my goal basically was just to buy this for the enclosure because unlike newer power books, such as the G4 Titanium that we were talking about before the show, this has no serialized parts. So on the bottom here, there's regulatory information, but if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's nothing, there's no serial number. Oh, I'm lying. There's a serial number right here. Crap.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, honestly, there's something loose in here.
Oh,
Can you hear that?
I do hear it.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's a way for me to swap around. It would be a little harder, but I could probably swap everything from the top case and leave my original bottom case. Or if I really wanted to, I could try to replace this sticker, swap this sticker over. If I like heat it up with the dryer, lift the sticker off, and then switch the serial number stickers. Do you think I should do that, chat?
That's scary. I definitely, maybe
Yeah.
you could do it, but I would never trust it. I'm in a similar situation with my car because I got the new stickers for
Oh
my
yeah.
car, and I'm way too scared to do that myself.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, well, I guess this is actually it's a very analogous situation because in both
Yeah,
cases, you have a factory applied and perfect sticker, and you're not sure if you can replicate that same finish. This is even a little easier because the plastic is recessed, so it at least I can like get it into the right place.
right.
Hmm. Oh, geez. This is tough. What do we do, Noah?
I mean, I'm gonna ask my dealer if they'll put the stickers on my car, but I guess you can't really go to the Apple store and ask them to transfer your
I
sticker
should do
over.
that.
I mean, you could try.
That would be so funny. I would probably die laughing.
It would be pretty funny. I think you should do it.
Actually, wait. Okay, hang on a second. See, here's the problem that I have. My goal is to use the enclosure from this and swap the logic board from my good machine into it. The problem is if I were to basically take the top of this, right? Take the palm rest, keyboard, and display. Those come off really, really easily. And I could literally just swap these onto the other thing without having to mess with the serial number sticker. But the problem with that is, and the reason why I think I might have to do the sticker swap is when you mix those plastics, even if they've only aged slightly differently, you really notice it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That would be a problem.
That would not be good. Also, this one, the bottom case contains the little feet here, and this one has working ones. These are actually a pretty ingenious mechanism here. Watch
Whoa.
this. So when it's up, the little tip of the thing, this is going to get a little
Yeah.
dangerous to describe here. The tip is in a resting smaller state.
Right.
Right. And then when you rotate it here, you'll notice
Right.
that the tip sort of extends
Right.
and elongates.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. And so both sides we have the original extendy feet working, and let me tell you, that is rare because that breaks all the time.
Oh, I believe that. But that's super awesome. That thing, I know I'm sure there's like some little cosmetic things that are getting lost in the compression, but like just
Right.
looking at it through the camera, it looks like really, really good.
I was not expecting it at all because I just bought it because it was cheap. It was $100 shipped,
Wow.
and I'm like, I'll take that bet. It looked complete. I wanted to have more than one machine so that I could optimize and switch parts around. I was not expecting it to be pretty much mint. It was a little dirty, which is what it looked in the pictures. But once I cleaned it up, I was like, dang, that's impressive. And I can't wait. I'm getting my other one recapped. So hopefully this month I will be able to join them in holy matrimony and create the ultimate PowerBook 100, which will be the perfect pairing for my ultimate Macintosh portable that's also in super perfect minty condition. And that's like the perfect duo. Those are like my favorite. It's the first and the second Apple laptop ever. Oh, love that.
Damn, yeah, your collection's really coming along.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. I forgot about this. I told you guys that I would explain what I got on eBay today.
Yes, more eBay purchases.
Yeah, this one was a little bit of an impulse. I found it as an auction with 6 minutes remaining.
Oh
I had
no.
very little time to do research. Actually, I let me pull it up. I'll show you what I bought. I think you're gonna like it, Noah.
All right.
This one is going to be for a video, obviously. Most of that's how I make it. That's how I justify this to myself.
Yep.
I think I may have overpaid a little bit. Uh, I paid $285 for what I'm about to show you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna leave in that silence of shock because this is the oldest sealed thing that I've ever bought and will unbox for the channel.
You're gonna unbox it?
I think I am.
Oh, geez. Why don't you tell the audio listeners what we're looking at here first?
Yeah, if you're listening along and you don't have the ability of seeing what I'm referring to here, it is an iPod mini first generation 4 GB factory sealed. Factory sealed. Let's go through these pictures here. We only have 3, so there's not a lot to work with.
Oh,
But
man.
it is pretty sweet. This is going to be really exciting.
That looks like it's in really good condition.
Yeah. And I so here's why I am not concerned about this seal, and that is that is not this is not something that people are scamming. This is why I don't really vet like when you buy a sealed original iPhone, you better be doing your research, right? Because there is a massive incentive for people to fake those. Everything Apple Pro did like a whole series of videos where I think he tried like 5 or 6 times and he got scammed over and over and over again with these resealed iPhones. Same thing with like the original iPod. That's something that I would definitely want to do some research because there's a reason, there's an incentive of saying like, hey, this is really valuable. You got to make sure it's not someone pulling a fast one. But this is an iPod mini first gen. It's obscure enough that like I don't know why someone would be like, let me go to great lengths to fake this for what realistically is I paid 285. That's not, in my opinion, an egregious amount. Obviously, it's a lot for an iPod mini, but for this, I think this is going to be an awesome video.
Yeah, that'll be really cool to like open that thing up. I guess like all the accessories and the manuals and the software is all going to be in there. You could plug it into one of your old power books or something. Get the old version of iTunes, do that whole thing. That could be cool.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea because this thing came out. I think it needed, what is it? Like iTunes 4.6 or something?
Some some very old version of iTunes, yeah.
Very old. Yeah. I think what I should do is find we got to get like a time capsule computer that has that same version. Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is Look, I know that everyone was very excited about Marquez doing his $40,000 iPhone and he unboxed it, right? Cool, and absolutely he's going to get more views than me. But this one I think is this is cool because it's uncharted territory. To my knowledge, there are next to zero unboxing videos of this thing because it came out before YouTube existed and it's not, popular enough that there are people going out there trying to buy these devices to make videos on.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely like, I mean, it's a classic, or it's not the classic. It's not the iPod Classic, but it is a classic iPod, and
Right.
first gen, very cool. But yeah, it's not like the one of the biggest ones. It's not like the very original iPod or even like the first gen iPod Touch. I feel like that might be another kind of popular one, but like this one is like you said, it's obscure enough, and especially for $285. I mean, they're gonna send you even if it's fake, they're still sending you a whole iPod mini in a box. And it's like, why would they go through the
Right.
effort of faking all that for $285? And also it's an auction. Like it
Yeah.
could have been less than that.
Yeah. In fact, I didn't win this initially because when I was bidding, I put my max bid at 275 and somebody outbid me at 280, and right as it was ending I put in 300 as a max bid, but it didn't go. It went to the other person. And somehow I guess I thought that I was too late. I thought I just missed bidding it because I put in 300, so it would have gone to me, and the fact that it didn't to me indicated that I lost the auction. But then like 30 minutes later, I got a you won for 285. So I think the other person like backed out and then it went to me.
Huh. Yeah, there must have been some or maybe they saw like the person who put the listing like saw your last minute bid or something. Like it must have gone
Oh,
through, even if it looked like it didn't. Maybe it went through and I don't know. That's really weird. Race condition or
yeah.
something.
I it's a weird situation, but at the end of the day here, I'm really excited for this video because I mean this is just it's an unusual Apple product. I feel like I've contemplated any number of like sealed iPhone videos, right? You can get sealed iPhone 6s, or at least what claim to be sealed iPhone 6s for 130 bucks. I don't know if these are real. Maybe I will buy one. You know, if it's $100, $120 for a sealed iPhone 6, maybe I should just buy. Oh, look, here's a 6 Plus for $100 exactly. Like maybe I will do one of those just to see if it's a scam. But at the end of the day, I don't think that it's not quite as interesting because if you do the old iPhones, that's the 2G, which is too expensive for me to unbox, a 3G, which I already did unbox. Maybe I would do a 4. I've already done a 5, and anything newer, it's like, you open it up, you see an iPhone, and then there's a charger and a brick and a pair of headphones.
Yeah.
It's kind of been there, done that, right? An iPhone 6, in my opinion, isn't really old enough. Maybe I will do one. If it's $100, maybe I'll do it. And let me know if you guys want to see that. But the iPod Mini being 19 years old, and I did look it up, nobody, not one person has unboxed one of these things from new.
Huh. Well, you'll be the first.
I will be the first. As weird as it is to think about, we on YouTube, everyone tries to be the first to unbox stuff, right? You pick up your iPhone on launch day, you're like, I want to get one of those early unboxing videos. I'm going to be the first person to do a YouTube unboxing of the iPod Mini 19 years after it came out.
That is pretty funny to think about it that way.
Oh, dude, now I'm psyching myself up for this. eBay is such a magical thing.
I love eBay. You can find so much stuff. Before we move on, can you go back to that listing one more time? I noticed something I think that was kind of
Yeah.
interesting, which you might have
Yeah, I'll pull
noticed
it
as
up.
well. But I love eBay, dude. There's like any like obscure thing from like years and years ago. It's like where else are you gonna find it but eBay?
Dude, I just bought, remember the Quick Take 200 that I brought with us to Italy that I'm going to be doing a video on as well?
Yes, I do.
I I bought a card reader for that reads 5-volt smart media cards, and it was new in box from the year 2000.
Damn. That's
It was
sick.
like $15, you know? This is just what you can get on eBay. So what did you want to point out?
Can you open this first picture right here?
I think I know what you noticed. I forgot to talk
Yeah.
about that.
Well, the fact that it says it's personalized, says personalized iPod mini
Yeah.
4 gig silver.
Yeah. I think that means it's engraved.
Yeah.
And to me, so I honestly I was considering whether I should open this, because it's not every day you're going to see something like this. It's everything that's sealed is only going to increase in value. There's a reason why when I did a video on unboxing an iPhone 5, I bought 4 cuz
Of course.
I wanted to have something to save. You know what I mean? But this one, I think the fact that it's personalized will decrease its value as a sealed product and will increase its value as something to make a video on, because I really want to know what it says.
Me too. Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, I really do want to know what it's. I wish that it was a different color. The silver one is fine and good, but I wish that it was a little bit more, one of the colorful ones. But I think the story behind this one, if the description is to be believed, which I think it is that the seller received it as a gift from their boss years ago, never used, never opened, brand spanking new. So maybe it'll say something like, "Congratulations, Tony."
Yeah, probably like great. Keep up the good work, John.
Yeah, keep it up, champ.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Sport.
Oh, hang on a second. There's another iPod mini,
Oh
brand new.
no.
Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I clicked on it, and two things. Number one, the outer packaging is open. Like there's a picture of the actual iPod in the box, so it's not actually sealed.
Oh.
The iPod itself looks new, but it's also personalized. What?
You should switch the tab over so we can see it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Did that work?
Okay. Yes.
So look at this. The box is open. The iPod is exposed. It looks like it's wrapped.
Yeah.
I like the little "Don't steal music" warning on it.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it also says personalized iPod mini.
Yeah.
That's interesting. $250, so I guess I may have overpaid slightly. Although this one doesn't have the plastic wrap, so I feel like my extra $30 to get a real factory sealed, I think that
Yeah, this isn't
was worth
factory
it.
sealed. Why does it say factory? Like, I get the iPod's, like, maybe the iPod's factory sealed, but the box isn't.
Right. Missing outside
Missing.
plastic wrap. That means it's not factory sealed, buddy boy.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Maybe I could buy it and just report it for being. It's because it's listed as new.
It's a great
Honestly, I don't.
idea.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, no.
Hang on a second. Oh, I closed the tab. Hang on.
We're
Oh
watching
no.
your eBay addiction live.
I'm shopping live. Oh. Oh no. It's a sealed iPod Nano.
Bro, what are these pictures? It's just sitting on top of a folding table.
Yeah. Did they
That's so
not? Does
weird.
nobody own a table? Is that the floor?
Oh, no.
Oh man. God, I kind of want it.
That is pretty cool.
It's too expensive though. It's 315. I don't know that I'm willing to I'm spending too much money on iPods. Here's
And the
another one.
shipping.
$2,000 this person wants?
Oh, you got to do that. Come on. How can you say no to $2,000?
Oh my god. Do you see the scrolling is like absolutely jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
Wait, is this I mean, wait, why is this one 300 and this one 2,000?
Oh no. See, he's starting to justify it. He's like, this one's only 300. I have to buy it. I would be silly not to.
The other one is in terrible shape. The wrap is like completely disintegrating.
And it's $2,000.
Well, that's the bigger obstacle. You're right about that. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my watch list. Oh, I'm not
Oh
signed in.
no.
Look, look. This is dangerous, Noah. We're not. This is. I'm not an. I shouldn't really be doing this, but this is my mental problem here. Is because every time I see this, it's another video. You know,
I do think this is kind of entertaining. This could be like a video in and of itself, like you going down
shopping
the eBay
for it.
rabbit hole. But like also I this is very dangerous. I see where you get your addiction from.
Yeah, it's so there. It's so tantalizing. Everything's within reach. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, in fact, I've on my other window here, I've found a Power Mac G4 Cube in box matching serial number with all accessories.
Oh my
That's
god.
going on the watch list. You know it.
How big is your watch list?
So big.
I think you're on a watch list
Yeah. You're probably right.
for buying too much
Look,
stuff.
another iPod Nano sealed. This one also $600. Now I'm starting to think that I should be buying that for 3
No-
hundo.
See, we're watching it happen live, folks. All right, wait, here's one. $100.
But
It's an
that's an
auction.
auction.
It's an auction.
It's a 2 GB. I kind of like the small size. That
Yeah, you
that's kind of
do.
like quaint, you know. I watch it.
You know. Oh
I want to find
no.
see sealed iPods. This is smart. This is smart because these aren't as expensive as sealed iPhones. The scalpers have gotten it. Dude, what? How is there like a multiple listing lot for sealed iPods?
That is interesting.
That is so weird. What are we looking at here? Also, why do they keep opening them to show them? How many are there? And why does it have like fifth, sixth, seventh, all of these different sizes and colors? That
That's
is
kind of
weird.
suspicious. It's kind of weird.
So I guess maybe it's because this isn't that old. When did this one come out? The iPod Classic 5th generation. 2005?
No, there's something weird about this. I don't like this one.
Do we buy it to see if it's a scam?
I mean, there's another video for you right there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And why can I buy a 1 terabyte? Holy cow.
That does not seem like the fact that you can choose all of these different options and they have them and they have multiple of them and you can
Yeah.
buy them in bulk. You can buy
And it's in China.
sealed 2005 iPods from China in bulk. I don't like that.
And there's look at this. There's many of these. It seems like there are a lot of these iPod classic videos. Like, look at this. Look at
Hmm,
how many there are. What? This is insane.
that
Why?
can't be real.
Something's fishy about this. These boxes don't look like they're 18 years old.
No, these are like fake or resealed or something. They
Yeah.
can't have that many of them just sitting around like that. Come on.
Yeah, there's something not right about this. I don't trust like that.
I don't trust like that. Could be a funny video to see what you like. Obviously, it's going to be a scam and like see what happens, but then you got to go
Yeah,
through the whole process to get your money back. So I don't know if it's worth it.
that is true. I'll tell you what I would like to find, and that would be a sealed iPod Touch, like one of the first generation. I feel like that could be done.
That would be cool.
That would be, oh no, look at this one.
Oh
No, this is
no.
bad. This is real bad.
We need to get you off of eBay.
Look,
Oh boy, an iPod Shuffle, factory sealed.
look at this. How fun is that?
I like the box. I like the
Half a
green. It's
gig.
very green.
It's so green. That one's not interesting enough, though. I don't know that I would get a full video out of that because it's just, oh, wow, there's so many. Why is this $7,000? Someone wants 7 grand for a sealed iPod Shuffle?
No, that's not right.
Not happening. There's multiple for $100.
Nah, see, also these things are USB-A and not USB-C, so I feel like, not very usable these days.
That's very true. Because I am buying these all for to use, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, why else would you buy them?
Not for any other reason. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh no. Is this an original? Oh, a U2 special edition iPod? I guess that's like a really early one. It's in the cube box. That's 7 grand. Not buying that.
Not that. We need to get you off of eBay. This is getting very
It's out of
dangerous.
hand. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, I do need to get off of eBay. But aren't you guys see everyone in the chat is secretly glad that I go on there because every time I do, I I buy something for a video and then everyone likes the videos. So there you go.
That's true. And I remember I think you used to do a series or you made some videos at least where you would like go on eBay and like point out like how to shop on eBay and how to like look at the listings and stuff. I feel like those videos were
Yeah,
like pretty good. I think I was in one of them.
yeah, I think I do remember that. I maybe I should do those again. Um just kind of like a tutorial. I mean, honestly, I haven't been as active in doing that. Uh just cuz it's one of those weird things where like in the back in the old days when I would post that, it would get picked up by the algorithm as like a tutorial video and
Mm.
it would do really really well. But now when I post that, when it gets sent out to my day 1 recommendations, because most people on any given day aren't buying a MacBook on eBay, it tends to get very low views and then just not really get any traction. So ironically, the bigger the channel is, the harder it is to make videos like that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, you know what? Since we're on the topic
Uh-huh.
of sealed iPods.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give everyone here, 106 of my closest friends, a special sneak peek at a video that you will see later.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to preface this by saying that I will not be doing an unboxing. This is the one time where I simply cannot. But let me go get you a little treat.
All right. I think I've seen this one before, and it is very cool. So we'll take a look at it.
Here we go. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by this Goodwill box. You would not be able to buy this at a Goodwill. Okay, here we go. What's this, you say? That looks like a random cardboard box, but it has an Apple part number and serial number on it. What's going on there? What is that?
Interesting.
We'll go ahead and open it up here. We got some styrofoam. Okay, that's interesting.
That's good. Gotta have that.
Should we see what's in this box here? Is that an Apple logo? Is that an Apple logo that I see on top of this box here?
I think so.
Huh. Here's the empty box. So what exactly was in that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
I'm getting scared watching you hold that thing.
Yeah, I'm scared holding this too. This, by the way, is not mine. But what this is a sealed in box, in shipping box, absolutely pristine, original first generation iPod. Can you believe that?
That's so cool. I love that font.
The font is, I love a serif font. The old headphones, the Apple logo. It's got all of the features. It's how many gigabytes is this one? Does it say anywhere on the box? Wait, were there even multiple like sizes back in the day?
I don't.
Or
Maybe
was it
not.
just a single hard drive? Hang on.
I don't know.
So this one, ironically, actually, there is an unboxing video available for this on YouTube. So I'm not unboxing it, but it's okay because it's already been done. So there's no reason for me to do that. Now, granted, that unboxing is like somebody's home movie from Christmas in like 2002, but be that as it may, that is not mine. I will not be unboxing it. So do not worry, owner of iPod, who may or may not be watching. But the goal for that video, as pointed out here, this is the expected reprise, right? What? Come on. There's no way that's real. So rather than making a video where I, unbox it and see, oh no, did I get scammed? We're going to figure out if that iPod is real without opening it.
Oh yeah, and it's really cool. I'm not gonna say anything, but like the stuff that they do in that video to find out is pretty cool.
I traveled 3,000 miles to figure out if that iPod is real.
Yep, came all the way over to me.
I sure did. What a day. What a day here. So many sealed things. I've been looking on eBay way too much. I really should stop. Geez.
Are you still looking at it right now?
No.
While you're saying you should stop, you're looking at it on your other monitor. Hey,
Dude. No, this is so funny. Somebody sent me. That's a very random thing to see, but somebody sent me a message on eBay on one of the items that I had for sale on eBay, and they said, "I'm watching Dark Mode right now. There's a PowerBook 170 without a hard drive on the San Francisco Goodwill store site that looks pretty nice." Someone's
really?
sending me they're sending me eBay things to buy by sending me a message on eBay.
I mean, that's pretty smart because they knew that you were looking at eBay. So, and I guess they
Yeah,
saw your username, so why not?
why not indeed? That's that's so funny actually. Uh but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy that because it's just a PowerBook 170. I you know what? I have grown and matured. I now I need stuff that's a little bit more special. You know, I'm not just gonna buy a PowerBook 170. If it's got box, sure. If it's a PowerBook 100, sure. But I need something a little bit more interesting,
A
right?
little bit more expensive, maybe, is what you're
Well,
getting at.
look, none of this stuff has really been that expensive. That's the thing. At
Maybe
least that
not
I'm buying.
individually. Maybe not individually. Maybe in aggregate, it starts to add up a little bit, but
Well,
it's fair enough. You're not buying the
well,
$40,000 iPhones. Not yet.
I mean, I think between the several PowerBooks that I've bought, I don't think that I have broken $1,000 with all of this stuff, including the iPod. Maybe 1,200. It's not that bad, and it's videos, it's history.
Yeah, and you can stop anytime.
Yeah, I can stop whenever I want.
Yeah.
Right after this Power Mac G4 Cube in box with matching serial numbers. It's in very good condition.
Oh boy, how much is it?
1,000.
Oh boy.
But the G4 Cube on its own, you can't get those for less than like 400.
Oh
This one has
yeah.
everything. It's got the mouse. It's got the Apple stickers, bro.
And it's only 1,000?
It's a steal.
I'm about to buy this myself. You better hurry up.
It's got the speaker. Oh, wait a minute. The speaker is broken. Never mind. I'm not buying that.
Good.
Wait, the keyboard is new in its plastic.
Wait, how
Never
can the
used it.
speaker be broken? Is this a new? This is not new. It's not sealed. It's
Dude,
just
if it
complete in
was
box.
sealed, if this was sealed, it would be already in my I would be paying right now.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I would be correct to do that.
Yeah.
Do you disagree? $1,000, well, $967. If that was a sealed Power Mac G4 Cube, absolutely, you would buy that. Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Uh.
You go in.
Oh man.
Jeez, I'm in a rabbit hole. You gotta rescue me. I almost bought a sealed Newton.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh no.
All right. All right. What's our next topic? We're getting you out of here at
We
least for the next
Okay,
15
that's fair
minutes.
enough. All right, I want to talk about the Google Fold, or is it the Google Pixel Fold? What are they
The
calling that
Pixel.
thing?
I think it's probably the Pixel Fold.
Because obviously it got leaked, and then they just said they just decided to pre-announce it.
Yeah, which I feel like they've done before.
They have.
That seems like one of their go-to strategies.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, but I guess we'll figure out more. I mean, they kind of pre-announced look, I'm not going to lie. I get what the strategy is. I think there may be some degree of it leaked. Oh, well, we might as well just confirm it now. But I mean, Google I/O is in 3 days. You're going to it. I feel like it would have been more exciting if they officially, like, even though we already saw exactly what it looks like, it would have still been cool to see them announce it officially on stage.
Yeah, I don't see why they didn't just wait. Like, it's so close to IO, and they're gonna talk about it at IO, obviously. Like, why not just wait a couple more days and then
Yeah.
do I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about like leaks in general, but this is, I think, at least partially on the way that they handled, you know, the device being leaked. Like they didn't need to, go all the way in the other direction and leak it
Yeah.
themselves. I don't know.
Yeah. I I'm definitely with you on that. I mean, obviously the entire thing got completely spoiled. Like pixel perfect down to the color.
And that's
So
not a pun.
clearly, yeah, pixel perfect. Yeah, that was I didn't mean that. That was good. That was on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh but I'll tell you, that is an interesting looking product. I and I mean that both in terms of temptation and in terms of strangeness, cuz if we play the animation, this is the video that they revealed, and when everyone got to the inside, I think everyone kind of had the same reaction, which was, "Oh, okay. All right." So, first impressions, I like the design language. I think the camera housing looks very handsome. From what we can see, the display, the outward facing display, looks quite usable. Actually, it's not like that skinny little crappy one. So that all looks good. The bezels, though, are a little. They're a little chunky.
They are. I did see some discourse. I guess we're not the biggest like Android uh people in the world, but I did see some discourse on Twitter, and I think part of the explanation, or sort of a defense of it, is the way that you're going to hold this thing. People were comparing it to the iPad, and how the iPad has
Mm,
fairly large bezels, not relative to the screen size, but like absolutely speaking, you compare the bezels on
right.
like an iPad to the bezels on an iPhone, big difference. And people were saying the way that you hold an iPad, you need those bezels, and maybe this Pixel's big enough, or at least the way that you hold it is maybe more like an iPad. Maybe you do kind of need those bezels.
That's true. I mean, you have to imagine that unfolded, this is more like an iPad mini than an iPhone.
Right.
I think it'll have to depend on using it. Personally, I don't find the bezels to be offensively large. I mean, when you look at the iPad mini, the bezel to screen ratio is worse on that, and this is probably going to have a lot more actual utility because you can fold it in half and actually carry it around, whereas the iPad mini is just kind of like a weird little thing.
Yeah. Very. I don't have the highest opinion of the iPad mini. I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Now, granted, the iPad mini is going to be a lot cheaper than this thing. I think this is what did the leaked price was like 1,500 or 1,800.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, I really hope that they send this to me because I probably wouldn't buy it, but I really do want it. I want to test it. I want to review it. I can't really justify $1,800 on a Pixel Fold because I got too many sealed iPods to buy on eBay. So I'm out of cash. But if we did want to do our quick little CCRP analysis here on the leak, credibility, well, it is Google, so I would say quite credible.
Right.
Corroboration, we do have multiple leakers, John Prosser and Google, who are saying the same thing. Repetition and proximity, my goodness, we are starting to see a lot of this stuff. And I think the proximal date of May 10th, which is somewhat credibly leaked by Google, I think this is a pretty sure thing. I think Google is probably the most accurate leaker out there.
I would say, as far as Google, like news and rumors are concerned, Google is pretty accurate leaker. I wouldn't give them
Yeah,
100% accuracy, but they're definitely
sure.
up there. Definitely up there.
I think you're right. They're among some of the most accurate. They don't leak very much, and they only really leak Pixel products, which is kind of lame, but they're very accurate. So I will give them credit for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess this begs the big question. Noah, do you think Apple is eventually going to create a foldable phone?
That is a great question. I think the real question that Apple is asking or researching or thinking about is this just a fad, or is this
Right.
really the future of, smartphones? Maybe not the future, but like a future, because obviously like these companies that are making the foldable phones are still selling non-foldable phones. And right now I think the foldables, for the most part, are in sort of like their own tier where they're very expensive and very like premium, I guess, you could say. The leaked price for the Pixel Fold, Samsung has a couple options. I'm not super familiar with the Android stuff, but I know that their foldables
Mhm.
are pretty expensive and pretty nice. So I guess Apple, could they do it? They could do it. There could be an iPhone Ultra or an iPhone Fold or something that's, I wouldn't even want to know how expensive that would be, coming from an iPhone, but
Yeah.
it's possible. I just think that Apple, we've seen throughout the years, they're never the first, not never, but they're very rarely the first to a trend or to a category or whatever. But they come and they usually do it right when they do it. And so it's a little bit later, but they usually do it right, or eventually they get there. So I think it's maybe a little bit early in the lifetime of foldable phones, but it's possible. What do you think?
That's a hmm. It's a tough one. It really is, because as to your point, if Apple were to make a folding iPhone, I mean 2 grand minimum.
Yeah. Oh,
The there I have to imagine that they are at the very least prototyping it, because this is the thing with Apple, right? They they will quite often skip over a trend in terms of everything public facing, but I absolutely believe that behind the scenes, every one of these things, foldables, obviously headsets, self-driving cars, they've got their toes in all of these. The question is whether they think that it's ready. Apple is waiting out the fad. That is what this commenter says.
hmm
It's it they're deciding whether foldables are an actually viable product category, or whether it's just going to be like, candy bar phones. Remember those?
Yep.
And you definitely, I can understand why they don't want to take that risk yet. Uh and it does make you wonder. It does make you wonder whether Apple could be the company to get it right, because a lot of foldables have similar issues. The plastic screen, the crease down the middle, the high price tag, although I don't think Apple's particularly interested in solving that one. But, you know what I mean? Maybe Apple could be late, but do it right and make it compelling.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with your point about, there's definitely a foldable iPhone somewhere in Apple Park. Maybe it's sitting in
Mm-hmm.
Tim's desk drawer. We don't know where it is, but there's definitely foldable screens. There's like prototype versions of iOS that are running, basically a version of iOS that can handle a foldable screen. I'm sure it's super janky, but this stuff absolutely exists. I completely agree with you to that point. Will
Mm-hmm.
it ever see the light of day? And there's a funny question. Sonny Dixon asked, what will come first, the foldable iPhone or the Apple car? So, those are both long rumored, or I guess the Apple car is probably longer rumored, but they're both potential Apple products
Right.
that could come out. But the thing that I almost wonder, and I guess looking to WWDC this year is, we've been talking about the headset, the mixed reality headset.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, we're talking about this being an iPhone moment, and eventually, potentially, not to rhyme there, this technology
Eventually,
replacing,
I like that.
right? Eventually replacing smartphones. And so obviously that's a long way away. But do you think that would happen before Apple releases a foldable iPhone? I don't know.
That's a great question. Gosh, honestly, I'm starting to be of the mind where I personally don't think that the Apple Car is gonna like materialize. I think that the team that they have working on it is too small to be like building a car is a really big task. There were leaks about Apple working with Hyundai and Kia, and like that I think goes to show that they need an actual established automaker to do this. Like Apple has all of the factories in the world for electronics. You can pivot to headsets, you can make an Apple Watch from making iPhones. Like those are logical adjacent things. A foldable iPhone can be made in the same factory as a regular iPhone, but to make a car that is so wildly different, and from what we've heard, the team working on it, I personally don't believe that we are going to get an Apple car anytime soon, if at all.
And I will say I completely agree with you. And I have a theory that I just thought of, which is
Okay.
the the new the new CarPlay that we saw demoed however many months ago that was, or a year ago. We saw that new CarPlay where it
Mm.
was like completely integrated and you could have like multiple apps running, and and CarPlay could actually control, the features of your car, your climate control, and all the other things, seats and windshield wipers, whatever. I think that is evidence that we're not getting an Apple car, because that
Mm.
is that basically my theory that I just invented this very second, is
Yeah.
that operating system was, or that version of CarPlay was designed for the Apple car. And since the Apple car isn't happening, they didn't want to abandon all that work. So they said, you know what, we're just going to make this a new version of CarPlay and we're going to roll it out to other, auto manufacturers. I don't think they would put that software, that level of integration on other cars if they were to have their own car.
That's a very good point. I like your theory. I think your theory holds water. I think your theory is airtight. And but at the same time, I think you could argue that an Apple car and CarPlay could coexist, because either way, they're getting their ecosystem. Like I don't know how much money they make from CarPlay, but it's a lot. I think that's obvious. because every time they do that, it's licensed. Boom, boom, boom. All of these cars are paying these licensing fees. General Motors is like, or no, was it Ford? I can't remember which one. One of those dumbass American car companies was like, no, we don't need Apple CarPlay. I'm like, brother, you do not have the brand cachet to be dumping Apple CarPlay. All right. Everyone wants Apple CarPlay. It was General Motors. Yeah. Good luck
Yeah.
with that, bud.
Yeah. And I definitely agree. Obviously, there's room for CarPlay and an Apple Car to exist. I just think that
Right.
super integrated, like brand new, totally new CarPlay 2.0 or whatever you want to call it, that to me that specifically seems like the operating system for the Apple Car that we're not getting.
Right.
It's just a theory.
Yeah. I mean, that definitely seems legit because obviously if Apple were to do a car, it would probably be something like that. And maybe instead of actually fleshing out and building an entire car, you just have the whole operating system. I'm sure that the licensing on that is going to be even more insane. And personally, I think that would absolutely sway me on buying a car. Like if one car is running like a proprietary, which means crappy automaker's software, and another comparable one is running full car CarPlay, oh yeah, you bet I'm gonna go for that. That is so cool. The demo that they did at WWDC last year, oh,
That would be so cool. Imagine like a car with like an A series chip or an M series chip in it. Like that'd be pretty cool. I don't know.
that would be so sick. Uh Someone
Yeah.
says here that CarPlay does not charge a license. Apple said that in 2019. Did not know that. If that's true, honestly, I'm quite surprised. Although I guess it makes sense, it's even if that on its own is free, a license, even if the license is free, I don't know if they need the car to have like some sort of MFI certification, maybe, or if maybe it's just a broader tactic of like, keeping people in the ecosystem because their car is in the ecosystem. I don't know. But regardless, I think you have a great solid theory there about the new CarPlay. I personally, at this point, do not believe that we are imminently going to be getting either an Apple Car or a foldable iPhone. CCRP, it's not there yet.
I agree. But there is something that we're getting imminently in 1 month.
Oh,
It's not the end of
that
this
honestly
episode.
is more exciting than the iPhone 15, more exciting than a foldable iPhone, more exciting even than the VR headset.
I completely agree. What is it? What are we getting in a month?
What we're getting in a month is Genius Bar Goes Dark, our one night only live after show to celebrate WWDC. We're holding it at the Regency Ballroom in San Francisco. We had the chance to go and see the venue just last week. And I was kind of like, "Oh, snap. This is real. This is like an actual thing."
No, this is legit. So there were 2 points that I wanted to make in this promo because I was just watching the very beginning of the Genius Bar podcast that they just uploaded, and I was watching their promo to see what they were saying. So one thing, absolutely to your point, Regency Ballroom in San Francisco. You can look it up. You can go to our old pal John Prosser on Twitter. He posted a little video. It's like a 20-second video of us walking through the venue. It's a legit. This is a legitimate like venue. John said that there were people who thought it was like some, rinky-dink little operation. Go look it up. This is like a legitimate, like,
Yeah.
we're actually doing a show. This is like a real thing.
Yeah, I do think that some people were like, oh, it's just like a goofy, it's just the guys being dudes. They're joking around. They're just gonna like show up in Big Tony's Crab Shack and Lightning Charger Warehouse Emporium. They think that we're just doing some podunk little like back alley production here. Nah, this is legitimate. We are gonna be hosting possibly one of the largest tech media events after WWDC. There's other people that do like local smaller things for like members of the press, and they'll do like dinners or something. This is your chance to come hang out with us, meet us in person. We're going to chat, we're going to audience interaction. Noah's working on an app. This guy's crazy, all right? The whole thing, it's like an audio visual experience. It really is. It's an experience.
Yeah, for the longtime listeners of Dark Mode, you might remember that we did some polls before, live audience polls. We should maybe bring those back at some point.
Yeah,
those are pretty popular.
We do.
But those were, that's going to be, I'm working on a brand new app, that's specifically tailored for the in-person experience as opposed to the virtual experience that we have here. Brand new app. It's going to have polls and it's going to have other features too. We're really making this audience interaction, getting to meet, like-minded tech folks, Apple fans, just like yourself, and hang out with them, hang out with us. It's really going to be an awesome event. We're so excited for it.
Yeah, dude, I'm nervous too. Like, the only time I've done a meet and greet was in I think it was like January 4th of 2020, when Noah and I had just worked on a project with a bunch of old iMacs, and we wanted to give them away. And so I just tweeted out like, hey, come hang out and get some free iMacs. There will be giveaways at this as well, by the way. So just keep that in mind. You're not just coming to see us, right? We're not stroking our own egos here. We're talking about you guys. The audience is very much the focus, and there will be some giveaways. So stay tuned for those.
Yes, absolutely. So you can get your tickets at Genius Bar Goes Dark. Of course, DRK, Genius Bar Goes DRK. We did reserve.
Everyone here already knows that.
Everyone knows. We've got some Dark Mode fans. We did reserve both domains just in case some of those, Genius Bar fans mess up our name. But geniusbargoesdark.com, it's on the screen for the video listeners. And the other thing I wanted to say, which John also said in his promo, is if you already bought your ticket, first of all, thank you so much. Super awesome. We really appreciate it. But when you bought the ticket, there were fees. There was like a venue fee and there was a fee from the ticketing website. And we just fixed it so that there are no fees. We are eating the fees. So whatever price you see, I think it says $29 for the regular ticket. And that's it. There's no hidden fees. We're eating all the fees. We're not making $29. We're making like half that, if half.
Less than.
I think we're making less than half. But the price that you see on there is the price that you get. There is no hidden fees. And if you already bought a ticket, you're going to get a partial refund for those, fees that you paid. But we're really serious about this, like being an awesome event and like an awesome community. So, go to geniusbargoesdark.com and get your tickets.
We are so excited, and we have definitely gone over time today because of how excited we are. I don't know if we'll have the option of going overtime at the venue, because I think at some point they will probably kick us out. But we will have a VIP meet and greet. So we'll have the actual show. We'll have, I don't remember how many people we have, but actually we've sold mostly VIP tickets. So those are selling out pretty quickly. Yeah. And that's where you'll have like an extended time to come and hang out with us. For the regular ticket price, we will try to, talk to as many people as possible. And of course, we're going to interact during the show. Uh, I do also want to mention that we're not live streaming the show. Like, you guys got to understand that this costs tens of thousands of dollars. So as much as I would love to just, have it be live, we need it to have something special for the people showing up to make it actually possible for us to spend tens of thousands of dollars to make this event possible. So, that all being said, we really hope to see you guys there. I don't know. I don't even have anything else to say. I'm speechless. I don't even have a transition. We got to end the show.
Well, I do have a transition to the end
Oh,
of the show, which is this thing that I'm saying right now, which is that we are going to end the show.
wow. That was great.
Thank you. Someone had to do it.
Yeah, that was well done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm still slightly speechless. I'm so excited to see you guys in a month. It's going to be a ton of fun. I've been your host, Luke Miani.
And I've been your host, Noah Rubin, and have a great night.